Have you ever wondered why some people build great fortunes while others work just as hard and stay poor? In 1908, a young journalist named Napoleon Hill stood in the grand office of Andrew Carnegie, the richest man in America. Carnegie looked at Hill and gave him a simple but astonishing task: to discover the secret of success by studying the lives of great men and women. For the next 20 years, Hill traveled across the country, interviewing more than 500 millionaires, from Thomas Edison to Henry Ford to Rockefeller himself. Hill listened carefully to their stories. He learned that hard work alone was not enough. Many people work long hours, but never rise above an average life. Instead, these millionaires shared ideas about clear goals, deep belief in themselves, and daily habits of positive thought. Hill wrote down every lesson, testing each one in his own life. Imagine Hill taking notes in a crowded train car, writing late into the night by the light of a single lamp, and asking questions again and again. What made you keep going when others quit? How did you handle fear and doubt? He saw common patterns: a burning desire to succeed, faith that this desire would become reality, and the power of repeating positive statements to the mind each day. In 1937, Hill published his findings in a new book titled Think and Grow Rich. It was not a book about money alone. It was a guide showing readers how to turn their own ideas into success in business, health, relationships, or any area of life. Hill introduced 13 principles, from setting a clear desire to mastering your own thoughts, from creating a mastermind group of like-minded people to trusting your intuition. When the book first appeared, America was still in the Great Depression. Many readers found hope in Hill's words. They read about ordinary people who rose from nothing to great achievement. They learned that the mind itself could become the most powerful tool for success. Today, Think and Grow Rich has sold over 100 million copies worldwide. Its lessons still guide people who dream of a better life. In the next part, we will explore how Hill studied those millionaires and the first principle, the power of desire, that he called the starting point of all achievement. For the next two principles, faith and autosuggestion, Hill showed how your thoughts and beliefs become your reality. But first, let's dive deeper into the development of Hill's work and the lessons he learned from those first 500 interviews. How Hill collected the secrets of success. Napoleon Hill did not simply chat with millionaires over tea. He traveled across America in an era before airplanes and highways. He boarded rattling trains, rode dusty roads by car, and sometimes even joined horseback journeys into remote towns. In every city, from New York's skyscrapers to Detroit's factories, he knocked on office doors and introduced himself. "Mr. Edison, I have come to learn from you. May I ask you a few questions?" He met Thomas Edison late one night in Menlo Park. Edison's laboratory glowed with electric light, surrounded by the hum of generators. Hill asked Edison, "How did you keep going after so many failed experiments?" Edison replied, "I saw each failure simply as one step closer to success." From Edison, Hill learned that persistence, never stopping, was as important as any idea. With Henry Ford, Hill traveled to Detroit's booming auto plants. He watched Ford walk the assembly lines, greeting workers by name. Hill asked, "Why did you choose to build cars for ordinary people when experts said it was impossible?" Ford answered, "I believed a car could be simple, reliable, and affordable. My faith in that idea drove me to make it real." Ford's story taught Hill that organized planning, turning ideas into clear steps, and faith in the goal were crucial. John D. Rockefeller welcomed Hill to his New York office overlooking the Hudson River. Rockefeller spoke quietly but with steel in his voice. Hill asked, "How did you know to invest in oil when so few saw its value?" Rockefeller said, "I saw the world needed light and power. I believed oil would bring that. My burning desire guided every decision." Rockefeller's example underscored the power of burning desire combined with specialized knowledge, knowing your industry deeply. The 13 principles in action. From these conversations, Hill distilled 13 principles. Let's explore the next key ones with simple examples. 1. Faith. Definition: belief in yourself and your goal, even before you see proof. Example: Edison believed in electric light when only candle makers saw failure ahead. He said aloud each morning, "I will invent a working light bulb," and refused to accept defeat. 2. Autosuggestion. Definition: repeating positive statements, affirmations, to influence your subconscious mind. Example: Hill wrote his own goal on paper. "I will write Think and Grow Rich by December 31st, 1936. He read it aloud twice daily. Over time, his mind searched for ideas, contacts, and solutions to make it happen. 3. Specialized knowledge. Definition: gaining information and skills in a specific field, then using that knowledge to succeed. Example: Ford learned every detail of car mechanics. He watched engines, talked with engineers, and studied production methods until he mastered his craft. 4. Imagination. Definition: using creative ideas to solve problems and invent new products. Example: before Ford's assembly line, no one had thought of moving cars on a conveyor belt past workers. Ford imagined it, then turned imagination into reality. 5. Organized planning. Definition: turning your desire into a step-by-step action plan. Example: Rockefeller planned each oil refinery's location, from where to drill wells to how to transport oil. He followed the plan, adjusted when needed, and succeeded. 6. Decision. Definition: making choices firmly and quickly, avoiding doubt and procrastination. Example: Hill noted that most failures came from hesitation. Millionaires decided and acted. They did not wait for perfect conditions. 7. Persistence. Definition: continuing despite challenges and setbacks. Example: Edison tested over 1,000 materials for his light bulb filament. Each failure made him more determined until he found one that worked. 8. The mastermind. Definition: forming a small group of supportive, like-minded individuals to share ideas and solutions. Example: Carnegie's own success grew from his network of steel industry leaders. They shared advice, resources, and encouragement. 9. The subconscious mind. Definition: feeding your mind only positive thoughts to shape your actions. Example: Hill warned that fear and doubt, if repeated, would program your mind for failure just as affirmations program it for success. 10. The brain. Definition: using your brain as a broadcasting and receiving station for thought. Example: Hill suggested that you can picture success clearly in your mind and attract the people and resources you need. 11. The sixth sense. Definition: an intuition or hunch that guides critical decisions. Example: many millionaires Hill met described sudden insights. That voice in my head that led them to new opportunities. 12. Sex transmutation. Definition: channeling creative energy from physical urges into productive work. Example: Ford and Rockefeller redirected strong personal drives toward innovation and business growth. 13. The secret of the mastermind. Definition: combining two or more minds focused on the same goal, creating a power greater than the sum of parts. Example: Hill himself formed a mastermind group of writers, editors, and publishers to refine his manuscript before publishing. Hill didn't only collect these ideas, he applied them to his own life. He chose a clear goal: write a book that would help millions. He formed his own mastermind group of editors and publishers. He used autosuggestion each morning, reading his goal out loud. He studied each principle, practiced persistence when facing rejections from publishers, and used faith to believe his book could succeed. After years of effort, Think and Grow Rich was published in 1937. It became a bestseller and changed countless lives. By deeply studying these principles and seeing them in action through Edison's lab, Ford's assembly lines, Rockefeller's boardrooms, and Hill's own writing, we understand that success is a science. It has clear steps, proven by hundreds of real-life examples. In the next section, we will explore the climax of Hill's story, the publishing of Think and Grow Rich, its impact during the Great Depression, and how its lessons continue to spark success around the world. When Think and Grow Rich finally appeared in 1937, America was still feeling the aftershocks of the Great Depression. Banks had failed, unemployment hovered near 15%, and many people had lost faith in the future. Into this climate of fear and scarcity walks Napoleon Hill's new book, offering a radically different message: prosperity begins in the mind. Hill's manuscript arrived at publishing houses, met with polite interest and polite rejection. Editors doubted that readers would pay for advice during hard times. Hill persisted. He tapped his mastermind group, those writers, editors, and successful friends he had interviewed, and asked for introductions. He refined his chapters, added vivid stories, and polished every sentence. Finally, a small publisher agreed to a 15,000 copy print run. The first printing sold out quickly. Word of mouth spread as readers devoured Hill's 13 principles and tested them in their own lives. A salesman in Kansas City, inspired by the idea of burning desire, wrote down a clear goal to double his sales within 6 months and did it. A teacher in Chicago used organized planning to rebuild her failing school's curriculum and saw student performance improve dramatically. A factory worker in Detroit formed a small mastermind group with co-workers to design a new tool that increased production by 30%. These stories and countless more became Hill's real-world proof that his ideas worked. By the end of World War II, Think and Grow Rich had sold over 100,000 copies. Returning soldiers, seeking to rebuild their lives, found in Hill's words a roadmap back to hope. The book's influence grew through the 1950s and 1960s as entrepreneurs and corporate leaders, people like W. Clement Stone and Earl Nightingale, publicly credited their success to Hill's principles. American magazines ran feature stories on Hill's methods, and self-help clubs formed in small towns from coast to coast. Over the decades, the lessons of Think and Grow Rich spread worldwide. Translated into more than 40 languages, it became the Bible of success for readers on every continent. Military officers in Asia used the decision principle to rebuild devastated economies. Business owners in Europe applied faith and autosuggestion to pivot their companies from war production to consumer goods. In South America, community leaders formed mastermind alliances to improve local schools, using Hill's guidance to secure funding and build libraries. Perhaps the greatest testament to Hill's work is its longevity. More than 80 years later, Think and Grow Rich still appears on bestseller lists and in recommended reading lists for top executives. Modern coaches and motivational speakers Tony Robbins, Bob Proctor, and many others trace their own teachings back to Hill's original 13 steps. Online forums teem with readers sharing how they used Hill's methods to launch startups, write books, or simply improve their personal relationships. Yet the impact goes beyond numbers and fame. Hill's core message that thoughts are things challenged deeply held beliefs about success and poverty. He taught that external circumstances are often less important than internal attitudes. A skilled artist in India once told Hill's team, "I had no gallery, no patron, and no money. But I closed my eyes, affirmed my goal every day, and within a year, my paintings sold to collectors around the world." Such stories illustrate Hill's boldest claim: whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. Today, we see Hill's principles in action in ways he could not have imagined. Digital entrepreneurs use autosuggestion by creating vision boards on their screensavers. Remote teams form virtual mastermind groups across time zones. Crowdfunding campaigns begin with precise, organized plans and clear desire statements on social media. Even apps now send daily affirmations, modern autosuggestions to help users build confidence and focus. But Hill's book is not magic. It requires more than reading, it demands application. Readers who skip to chapter 13 hoping for instant riches without setting goals and taking steps find little change. The true power lies in the slow, steady work of building the right mindset and then pairing it with action. As Hill wrote, "Faith without work is dead." As we reach the end of this climax, we see that Think and Grow Rich did more than sell millions of copies. It sparked a movement of personal responsibility and possibility. It taught that success is neither random or reserved for a lucky few. Instead, it is a skill that anyone can learn through discipline, clear thinking, and collaboration. The Great Depression, global wars, and technological revolutions have come and gone, but Hill's ideas remain a constant companion for those who dare to think bigger. In the next section, we will bring these lessons home, summarizing the enduring wisdom of Napoleon Hill and showing how you can use the 13 principles today in your own life to turn thoughts into achievements. Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich did more than teach people how to make money. It offered a new way to see the world and their place within it. Hill showed that success is the product not just of hard work, but of clear intent, firm belief, and daily mental habits. From a young reporter given a daunting task by Andrew Carnegie, Hill became the architect of a philosophy that has guided millions through economic booms and busts, wars and technological revolutions. At the heart of Hill's message lies a fundamental truth: thoughts are things. When you define exactly what you want, speak it aloud with faith, and repeat it in your mind until it becomes reality, you begin to see doors where once there were walls. You spot solutions in everyday conversations. You seize opportunities you once overlooked, and you persist through setbacks because your goal burns brighter than any failure. Hill distilled his discoveries into 13 principles, each a tool you can use today. 1. Desire. Clarify your goal with burning intensity. 2. Faith. Believe in your ability to achieve it. 3. Autosuggestion. Feed your subconscious positive affirmations daily. 4. Specialized knowledge. Acquire the exact skills and information you need. 5. Imagination. Invent creative plans to reach your goal. 6. Organized planning. Turn ideas into step-by-step actions. 7. Decision. Act quickly and firmly, avoiding doubt. 8. Persistence. Keep going, even when obstacles arise. 9. The mastermind. Surround yourself with supportive, like-minded people. 10. The subconscious mind. Guard it against fear and feed it hope. 11. The brain. Use it as a broadcasting and receiving station for thought. 12. The sixth sense. Trust your intuition to guide critical moments. 13. Sex transmutation. Channel creative energy into productive work. These principles work together like parts of a finely tuned engine. Desire fuels faith. Faith powers persistence. Persistence refines plans, and plans enlist the help of a mastermind group. Through autosuggestion and subconscious programming, you align your daily habits with your deepest longings. Imagination and the sixth sense spark new ideas, while specialized knowledge and decisive action turn dreams into reality. Remember that Hill wrote Think and Grow Rich in the depths of the Great Depression, when most people felt they had lost everything. Yet his clear blueprint lifted spirits and built fortunes, proving that internal attitudes can reshape external outcomes. Today, whether you're launching a startup, studying for exams, or seeking personal growth, these lessons remain as relevant as ever. Your journey begins now. Choose one principle, perhaps desire or persistence, and apply it this week. Write your goal in detail, set a deadline, and read it aloud each morning. Find a friend or colleague to form a small mastermind group. Notice how your mind looks for resources and ideas that match your focus. With each small victory, your confidence will grow, and the next step will become clearer. Success is not a stroke of luck. It is built one thought at a time, reinforced by belief and action. As Hill declared, whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. Let Think and Grow Rich be your companion on the path from imagination to reality. I have 3 special questions for you. 1. Which of Hill's 13 principles do you feel ready to apply first, and why? 2. What clear, burning desire will you choose as your next goal? 3. Who will you invite into your mastermind group to support your journey?
If you enjoyed this story, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. It really helps me make more stories for you.